So part 2, part 3, and part 4 were all interconnected, basically defining a relationship and then calculating specific values using those relationship for the two graphs. So anyways, we have these two graphs, these three graphs over here, and I want explain how I got these two, because I already have a previous video explaining the feedbacks. In this case, this is inverting feedback because it's a negative, and so we define this as RF over R. If you watched the previous video, I showed how you define this, and it's the same thing in this case. It would be 1 plus RF over R. You find out by using the two principles: no current going in the op amp, and then the voltage across the two nodes. The two inputs would be the equal, and so use current nodal analysis, current law, convert to ohms, and then solve for V in, V out. So this is the gain, and so the equation that relates V out to V in would be V out is going to equal to this thing times V in. Same for all of them. In this case, this was unique because this was not done before. To calculate this one, we know that this part would be Vs. Now, since there is a feedback, that means the second rule holds. This side will also be Vs. But the first rule says no current is going into the op amp. If no current is going in the op amp, that means no current is flowing through this resistor, which means there's no voltage drop across this resistor. If that's the case, then Vs is equal to V out, because there's no voltage drop across this resistor, regardless of what resistance value you put there. And so the gain is 1, VO is equal to Vn. For part 3, we had to use this circuit diagram over here, and find the values of our F, given that you had to use a 10K for R, and that you want a gain of -10. So gain would be V out over Vn. So if you divide by V out over Vn, you're left with this, and that is A, and that must equal to -10, and so which must equal to negative RF over R. If this is 10K, I can put this, move this to the side. I have -10 times 10K, which is negative. Sorry, when you factor the negative, which will be 100K, because the two negatives will cancel out. So we need 100K over here for RF. How would you do the second circuit? Well, we want the gain to be 11, so this thing must be equal to 11. Move the 1 to the other side, that's 10. We already know we want a 10K, so put the 10K to the other side. 10K times 10 is 100K. Our feedback must also be 100K.